But see, I had an amazing horse, Red CRAZE. He was a great handicapper. Should have won the... Well, I ran him in 3 Melbourne Cups and he never had any luck in it. No. He ran 4th, 2nd and 3rd or something. But, gee, he was a good stayer. He carried, I think he carried 10.5 or something, or 10.3. I don't know what that under the other weights.
A lot of weight.
But he finished out under the roses.
Yeah. Gunsynd? He was a bit of a special horse, wasn't he?
Well, amazing. He was a show horse, Gunsynd. He knew when the day was there. And by Jove, now this horse was bred to be a sprinter, and I turned him into a great stayer. Roy Higgins rode him in the Melbourne Cup. He raced 3 and 4 wide all the way around, and I think he only got beat about a length and a half then.
Let's say that there was a 1.5 mile race anywhere in the world, and the best horses in the world were there, and you could pick one of your horses out at his peak and put the best jockey on. Which horse would you take over there, and which jockey would you take with him?
I'd have taken Tulloch and taken George Moore.
And later, as the horses come into the yard for the Moomba Plate, Mary Ruler 125 got out in the end in 95, Untitled 130, no third for Raging Blaze. Quinella 630, running double 15.85, trifecta 28.65. Break coming up, then Graham and Keith looking at the horses for the Moomba. Size 365 and 135. Ice Solid 535, Mac Win 210, trifecta 2,539.15. Quinella 142.80 and running double 55.30. In Sydney, race 7, Mary Ruler 125 and 95 a place. Entitled 130, Raging Blaze no third dividend, trifecta 28.65, Quinella 630 and running double 15.85. Update, and Big Pella with Greg Hall drawn.
Racing, Big Pella the favourite, jumped out fairly well from barrier number 13. Kingston Heritage well out, and Plush Embassy looks for the lead in the white blinkers. Getting up on the inside, Pritter's Choice and Rockets, and they go all over to the flat side of the track. The widest runner was the grey Silver Thatch. After 250 metres, Pritter's Choice in front leads about a half length to Rockets and Plush Embassy. Gilded Lily about 4 off the fence, and they were followed out wider on the track. As they settle down, Zamzulu going up Clavos to be about 6th. Arabian Show was next, followed by Isle getting back a little bit. Big Pella, it's about 4 lengths off the lead. Emmy behind those from Fame the Spur in the systems, back about 3rd. Last Kingston Heritage was with it as they run up with 500 metres left to travel. Clavos coming down the middle of the track, went to a narrow lead. Printer's Choice hugging the fence. Plush Embassy gets through with Gilded Lily. Big Pella going up very wide, followed by Kingston Heritage running on, an Isle right down the outside. Big Pella took over, 350 to go. He kicked away from Gilded Lily, followed by Plush Embassy. Isle running on fairly well. Big Pella kicked away. He's a length in front. Isle's going to challenge late on the outside. Big Pella's 2.5 in front. Isle won't be able to pick him back, and then came Plush Embassy, and Big Pella's going to walk in, and the Moomba Plate wins at 3 lengths. Second placing Isle, 3rd Plush Embassy, then in the system a good run. He was last at the 600. Then Gilded Lily Elite Show, followed in by Arabian Show, Zamzulu. It made up ground from Fame the Spur, Kingston Heritage and Tree of Renown. Well back was Hatton Tay, Pritter's Choice, Clavos, Silver Thatch, Sonic Zoom, Emmy and Rockettes.
Well, good things come in small packages there, because Big Peel is only a small little 3-year-old, but was always showing plenty of ability. It's no doubt, no wonder that he won at Werribee and Sale at his previous 2 starts. You couldn't take anything away from his effort because he just kept going. Isle, a game effort in defeat. A big charge of the Light Brigade in the blinkers, Plush Embassy. In the middle is Gilded Lily, and then out wider in the vivid pink colours is the eventual winner, Big Peeler. Yellow and black sleeves, or black-yellow sleeves is Isle. In the system, following Isle back there in about 5th posse at the moment, and out wide of Fame the Spur, but the winner, too good. Big Peeler beating Isle, Plush Embassy in the system getting 4th, Gilded Lily 5th, Fame the Spur 6th.
And Allison with Wendy Meters have just jumped in Sydney for race number 8.
By about a length and a half, and Zapped is the early leader. Second placing Wedding Feast, one away 3rd Night of India, then Tiffany Blue Beyond the Clouds. One major reserve, a horse off the fence, then Imposing Angel on the inside of Tour of Duty. KIRISTAR being second last, and Absolute is Sun Balloon. Zap going along at a good bat out out of the straight, leads about a length on Wedding Feast. 3 away, Third Night of India. Then comes Tiffany Blue on the inside, a length further back Beyond the Clouds. Tour of Duty wide, Imposing Angel on the fence. A length Major Reserve, who lost a little ground on the turn out of the straight, and KIRISTAR and Sun Balloon the last two. As they work towards the back of the course and stride by the 1200 metres and zapped by nearly a length on Wedding Feast. 2.5 then to Tiffany Blue, a length and a quarter Night of India, followed by Beyond the Clouds on the outside of Imposing Angel. A length and a Major Reserve, Tour of Duty, caught deep over KIRISTAR and Sun Balloon. At the halfway, 9.50 out now and zapped by more than a length on Wedding Feast. Third placing Tiffany Blue. The outsiders Beyond the Clouds, a length Night of India, Imposing Angel locked away. Further back then comes Tour of Duty, followed by KIRISTAR making some ground. Major Reserve being hard-ridden second last and last of all, and likewise with a tear scrubbed off Sun Balloon. They're bunching a little by the 5.50 and zapped by a length. Second Wedding Feast under the whip. Tiffany Blue third, waiting for the run, and then a gap to KIRISTAR. Beyond the Clouds and Carmody's pulled the Persuader on it. 2 Night of India, Tour of Duty, Major Reserve, Imposing Angel going badly, and Sun Balloon is last on the bend and zapped, about to be joined by on the inside Tiffany Blue. A length away third is Wedding Feast, and then KIRISTAR and Night of India. But down to the 200, Tiffany Blue takes over from zapped, and then comes KIRISTAR and Night of India. Tiffany Blue, Wayne Harris pulls the whip. It's holding its rivals at the moment. Night of India second, and then KIRISTAR, but Tiffany Blue's going to be untroubled and strides home generously to win nearly 2 lengths. Night of India's run second, KIRISTAR third, fourth Wedding Feast, then Major Reserve, Beyond the Clouds zapped. A good gap, Imposing Angel second last, Tour of Duty, and last was Sun Balloon.
Over the line in Sydney, 13 Tiffany Blue for Wayne Harris, winning from 7 Night of India, and 11 KIRISTAR. Over the line, 13, 7, 11. After the member plate, the honorary treasurer of the Victoria Racing Club, Mr. Jim.
You've had a lot of great riders ride for you. You've seen a lot of great riders. When we talk of Tom Smith, we talk of George Moore. Is he the jockey that probably has had the most success for you, do you feel, over the years?
Oh, yes, Moore. I started with George Moore, and in my opinion, there's only one jockey, George Moore. Because he could really make horses accelerate. He could ride 2-year-olds as good as he could ride handicap horses. And horses just love running for him.
OK, what about some of the other men that have ridden for you? Recently, Malcolm Johnston and Mick DITTMAN, they've had a lot of success for you.
Yeah, Johnston was a brilliant jockey. He's a front-running jockey, could gauge the speed very well, and an excellent jockey. I think I just got him when he was a bit too young and he just couldn't cope with it, you know. And actually, racing's like being a movie star.
People say George Moore was great there, he used to handle him good, but George Moore was 35 years of age, whereas I was a kid, fresh out of my time, and I admit it now. At the time, I couldn't admit it because it was hard to admit it, but I mentally wasn't mature enough to handle Tulloch Lodge.
Hathel Mully was a marvellous jockey. He could really make horses go. I think Mully was easily the best judge who's ever rode for me. If Mully said a horse would win, or he thought, you know, this horse would work well, Jose would run well on the Saturday. But Mick DITTMAN, and he's only been riding for me the last 3 years, it's great to watch Mick DITTMAN ride because he rides just as well in Melbourne as he does in Sydney.
He does.
And he's a rider that doesn't give an inch. He's always there, you know, cribbing up, and he's there at the finish.
I'd rather win for him than anybody because he gets such a kick out of it himself, you know, like it's... every winner's so different to him, but he especially likes big winners.
And has there been one race that you remember particularly that you've come back and thought, gee, I'm glad we won this for Tommy and you know he's going to be wrapped? Is there one race that comes to mind?
Well, winning the Golden Slipper on Bounding Away for him, I think, was one race that he dearly wanted to win. You know, and you can see it in his face after she won. I was glad she won.
Tommy Smith and a couple
on the line, but couldn't reach the odds-on pop.
But it is all Julep. Transvaal runs to second without an about, but Julep's annihilated them.
And the selections for the Valley tomorrow, the Quadrilla. What about the family and friends that have been behind this great trainer who has had so much success in the racing industry? Here's Tommy Smith again.
Tom, 2 Melbourne Cups you've won. Does that satisfy you? Is that enough for you? You've won 6 Golden Slippers, 4 Caulfield Cups, 33 Derbies. Is 2 enough for Tommy Smith?
No, it's been an unlucky race for me. I've never had much luck and can always find mistakes after the race, but I think I should have won about 7 myself.
Yeah, that's what Bart's won. Exactly.
I think it's 7 or 8 races I should have won easily. Red Craze should have won 2 races quite easily. And pitiful to see Gunsin get beaten. Kingston Town. But that's the past.
What about the friends you must have made out of this game? You must have made so many over the years. It's been a kind game to you, hasn't it?
Yes, I found the people in racing very good. Or it's a great door opener. Wherever you go in the world, you can always find someone to have a chat to. But I don't think I got any enemies. Naturally, racing is the game that everyone talks about each other. But I found the chaps in racing pretty good.
Your family obviously has been a great support to you, and they've got an active interest in the game, haven't they?
Well, Gay, I said to Gay one morning, I got a nice little stable, I bought. I said, I think when you take on training, you should be there. She said, I'm not interested in a small stable. She said, I'm going to have 60 horses. I think she would too.
Yeah. I mean, obviously she's got the same drive and determination as her father.
She never misses a morning.
Oh, I love working with him. I love it because he's such a brilliant trainer, and he's such a brilliant businessman also. And I appreciate both sides of that. I suppose very few people have great opportunities like I've had over the last 10 years, and I suppose all my life, of living with a legend, and that's what I'm lucky to have a dad who's a legend in Australia and probably worldwide.
This afternoon, if I wasn't training horses, where would I go? I'm not interested in golf. I've given the race clubs away in town, like Tattersall. I never go to those places, so I'd only just sit around here. I don't want to be in that pool.
So in lots of ways, it's your life, racing?
Well, I don't follow any other sport, only racing.
What is it about it that you love so much? Do you know?
No, I don't. I know it's better than working on the pick and shovel when I was a boy.
How would you like to be remembered as a racehorse trainer?
Just Tom Smith, I think.
Mick Peller, very impressive. 160.85 the place. Isle 120, Plush Embassy 135, Quinella 680, Trifecta $67. The double 17.90. That was a running double. The daily double $20.10, and the quadrilla $397.80.
Set to go for the Leonard Provincial Plate. Light flashes. And they're off and racing. One of the best horses to break the line was Mighty Brad. He'll try and lead in the early part. King's Onyx will try and go with him. The black horse in second placing. Then Fashion Prince third. Going up to be fourth when they'd settled down now was Marketing. And then came Duke Abbey Sunville, bonded out very deep. Then Diamond Fortune's trying to get across, but it's out 6 wide at the moment as well. New Orange was next from Count Comeram. About 2 lengths to Cold Hearted Chinese Luck, and 3 lengths away Jever Same. Mighty Brand bowls along in front. They've gone actually quite quickly, and leads 3 lengths to King's Onyx. 1.5 to Light Show. Bonded goes around them out very, very wide. Then came Fashion Prince. Duke Abbey was next. 1.5 lengths to Marketing, trying to get off the fence from Count Comeram. New Orange, Cold Hearted. Jever Same was second last, and Chinese Luck hard ridden last of all, 15 off the lead. Coming around the turn, 600 to run. Mighty Brand led by 1 length to King's Onyx, who travels well. 1.5 lengths away, Light Show shaken up, followed by Sunville. Diamond Fortunes went up in a hurry, but goes back just as quick. Then Count Comeram, Fashion Prince, Jever Same out very, very wide with Cold Hearted. At the 300, King's Onyx sprinted to the lead. He's kicked 2 lengths clear. Cold Hearted, Jever Same are running on strongly. Then came Count Comeram. King's Onyx gobbled up by Jever Same. Jever Same has taken the lead from King's Onyx, and then Cold Hearted followed by Count Comeram. But Jever Same has bolted away, and it'll bolt in. Jever Same about 2.5 lengths getting close to the post. A bob for second. Cold Hearted got it in front of King's Onyx. Then Count Comeram, New Orange, followed by Duke Abbey, Light Show, Chinese Luck, Sunville, Diamond Fortunes, Bonded, Mighty Brand, Marketing second last, and Fashion Prince last in.
Well, it was a pretty good effort to win because Jever Same was one of the slowest away with Chinese Luck. And to do that and go around the field and sort of do everything right and then win easily was a very, very good performance.
The second on Aspired and the 5th Newton Moss. Now Luskin Lights right, count of lights in. Tip of the iceberg stands nicely. His Excellency and Chiquito in similar ownership, different stables. And they're ready now. Stand by for a jump in the last here at Canterbury, the last of 9. Racing. And a nice even break too. Chiquito, one of the early leaders, going up quickly as Luskin Light, and Spring Dynasty is handily positioned. Not all that far away is Rocky Port and Man of Malanta on the inside. Now Tip of the Iceberg's going to settle centre field over Cool Dude, and pretty wide out close reach. Even deeper is His Excellency. And it's a real traffic jam as they race along past the 900 metres. Luskin Light in front of Spring Dynasty. 2 lengths Chiquito, Man of Malanta all the more. And then Count of Light, Tip of the Iceberg, followed by close reach Rocky Port, Cool Dude, His Excellency. And stringing out to last now was Terrail Lad. At the 600 metres, Luskin Light, a length and 3/4 on Spring Dynasty, third Chiquito. It's 3 deep, 1 off the fence, Man of Malanta, Tip of the Iceberg next over Rocky Port on the inside. Close reach, hard ridden, so too all the more than His Excellency, and Count of Light, Cool Dude back second last, and forget about Terrail Lad. As they turn the corner now, Luskin Light the inside, and Man of Malanta lead Chiquito. Then Spring Dynasty further back is Rocky Port, and then Tip of the Iceberg. But Chiquito went past Man of Malanta. They drop Luskin Light. Tip of the Iceberg not running on. It's Chiquito the outside, just leading from Man of Malanta. Chiquito about a head in front of Man of Malanta, getting close to the line, and it's going to be Chiquito. Hasn't got a lot left, but enough in hand to stave off Man of Malanta. Third placing Rocky Port, and then came Tip of the Iceberg. Further back in the field was Spring Dynasty, and then Count of Light, Cool Dude, close reach. Then Luskin Light further back all the more. Then a break to His Excellency, and
over the line 8 Chiquito, 5 Man of Malanta, and 16 Rocky Port after the last in Canterbury. Totes coming up shortly. Here's committeeman of the Victoria Racing Club, Mr. Gerald Cunningham, after Onyx 8-1. Now the Quinella on the last is $6.80 we've been given on the inside board, and the trifecta $67, and the running double, you can't make sense of that at the moment here, but I hope we can help you there with those trifectas. Bonded was heavily backed in the final event. The quadrella today, 9742, $397.80. Quad extra for the quad extra not there at the moment. We're having a few problems with the computer, I believe. The daily double on 7 and 2, $20.10. Extra double on 3 and 10, $21.80. It really has been a terrific day of racing. Keith, I know you've enjoyed it immensely.
Has been fabulous racing, Bruce, and the Newmarket handicap, the tight finishes, and congratulations on getting them right, because even the boys in the press box were guessing after a couple of those close ones in the big ones.
And Annette, you've had a good time out here. It's great to see you back at the races, by the way.
Thank you, Bruce. I always love coming out to Flemington, and a great day of racing, and certainly some nice passions around too for our viewers.
And we're looking forward to talking to you throughout the Spring Carnival. And Graham, you've had a lot of luck today. You've been selecting very well.
Yes, and some good results. Recordbite winning, and also Blazing Swords was good for David Moody and young trainer Steve Richards. A great day.
OK, so Graham Kelly, Annette Allison and Keith Hillier, part of the big team out here today that included Terry Clifton, Dan Malicki and Des Spain, and all the crew and producers who have been here. Don't forget, we've got a big cycling special coming up next Sunday on Channel 10, next Sunday afternoon from the Launceston Velodrome, and a big sporting event in April, the London Marathon on April the 23rd. Next racing commitment, it's Sydney Cup Day, and a big day from here at Flemington on April the 1st. Hope you can join us for the news coming up at 6 o'clock. On behalf of everybody at Flemington, a very good afternoon.
Today's live racing telecast was proudly brought to you by the TAB.